right, shows us live on YouTube and on Facebook. Please bear with me as I double check this and get us kicked off. Live on YouTube and on Facebook. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get kicked off and started. We have a pretty robust program for today's live broadcast, so I want to be mindful of everyone's time and thank all of the candidates that are choosing to spend a portion of the day with us to answer questions so we can best understand their candidacy. As you are hopping on here, please do me a favor, like the video, share it out to your network, and be sure to comment so I know who you are that's coming on here and I can be able to give you the recognition you deserve for staying informed and staying on top of the news. So I see with us, Councillor Seymour has already hopped on. Good morning to you. Thank you for tuning into our broadcast. I also see with us Dave Carpenter as well. And of course, as you continue to come on here, I won't interrupt our candidate, but I'll at least try and recognize you later on. So I am Juliette Abdel, President and CEO of the Westminster Chamber of Commerce. With us today, I have a variety of candidates, but my counterpart is Alberto Garcia, our former Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Westminster. He's also the Legacy Award winner for the Westminster Chamber of Commerce, a strong supporter of our overall community, and my personal strategic advisor. Alberto, thank you for being on here with us.
Sure, thank you for having me.
I also see Brian Head is coming on here and sharing his good morning message. Thank you as well for tuning in to this broadcast, Brian. Now, I will start every video by reiterating the instructions so that all of you can be better informed and understand how we will be conducting these candidate forums. We are trying to be fair and transparent with how this is being conducted. Each candidate is allowed a 10-minute window where we hop on here onto this Facebook and YouTube channel. So on Westminster Chamber of Commerce, this is presently being aired, and of course here on the Facebook page. Now, in that 10 minutes, I start with this nice housekeeping spiel, and then I move into which candidate we have in the office that they're seeking. That candidate then has 1 minute to introduce themselves and share who they are and why they're seeking office. We'll then move into the rapid fire round. And what rapid fire means is exactly what it sounds like. If someone was pointing a gun at you, they are firing that quickly. The question is asked, and then the candidate has 30 seconds to answer. From the time that they begin talking, that is their 30-second block. Now, the text message line has been open for a number of days, and we have many submissions with questions that have come into us. But we ask you, as you're hearing some of the conversation, if you think of a question that you would like to ask the candidate, please type it in. We will take up some of the questions from our audience today as well. So the questions were submitted in advance from the public, of course, and then they will be taken up from the audience should we have additional time to do so. And Hogan, thank you for hopping on here. So that will be my last of showing some of our comments that we're getting in, but please continue to engage with me, continue to comment, compliment us if you hear something great, and then ask us any questions. I've already introduced my counterpart. I have with us the current Commissioner for Jefferson County, Libby Szabo, who is up for re-election. And Libby, can you please share with us a little bit about you rerunning and your interest in this role?
You bet. Good morning, and thank you, Juliette and Alberto. I'm grateful to be here with you today. You know, as you all know, I have very deep roots in Jefferson County. I grew up here, and it was an amazing time and place to be a kid. And then I grew up and got to live my American dream right here in Jefferson County. And part of that American dream was the first home that Dennis and I owned was in Westminster. So we made that new life of ours together, a place where it was starting to really bustle and thrive. And the Westminster Mall, one of my favorite places to go to eat, was round the corner, hamburger. Now then it turned into a place for men's suits. I'm like, hey, where's the hamburgers? And so it's just been, this Westminster area has been a part of my life. And I'm just so proud of all of you in the chamber who have been able to create other people's American dreams. You guys have done a great job.
Thank you, Libby, and thank you, Alberto. Now, most of you have already seen a yellow card and a red. We are not being rude. We are maintaining time with a human timekeeper, so there is no error for that. That being said, we are moving into this the rapid fire round. Thank you, Commissioner Szabo, for sharing a little bit about yourself. This first question that I'll pull up here and to summarize it for you, I'll also give you a second to read it as well as I'm reading it to you. There is a little bit of a background to it. And that was, we are in the midst of a challenging economic time with businesses struggling to survive. What business experience do you have? And if elected, how will you draw from that experience to aid in our economic recovery?
Great. Well, our family has owned a business here in Jefferson County for over 4 decades. We saw hard times and great times in the business community. And the overall view of that is more regulation and more taxes hampers business. And government needs to be to a place where we create a foundation where business can thrive, because small businesses like you represent is the backbone of our community.
Thank you, Commissioner. Yes or no? If elected, will you commit to your full term in office?
That is my plan, to serve 4 more years. And I've been in elected office. I was in the state legislature. I won 3 terms there. And now I've served actually almost 6 years in the county commission. I was appointed and then ran for re-election in 2016. And I'm running for my last term. And I love to serve the people of Jefferson County. I think it's a great community where we can all come together and fight the ravages of what are the viruses doing to us, and also help our small businesses.
Thank you. This next question is a little bit lengthy, so I'll do my part in trying to pick up some of the key items. Our country, our state, and even our counties continue to be divided right now. Can you give an example of a time that you have worked together with people of varying viewpoints to accomplish something positive?
You bet. I do that every single day in my job. I work with my fellow commissioners. I work with commissioners from Adams County, from Denver has council people all over. I'm on many committees where we all have to work together for the better good. And that regional approach is always great for the citizens. When we can come together on something that we do agree on and work as hard as we can to make it a better place for every citizen that lives in our county and the surrounding counties.
Thank you, Commissioner. What is the biggest challenge facing our county?
Right now, it's that balance between COVID-19 and getting our businesses to be able to be in a place where they can thrive and provide for their families and reinstitute what they do best, running their businesses. And that balance seems like it's an up and down thing. Some days it's great, some days it isn't. But that is something that we must tackle, and tackle it immediately.
If elected, what is your top priority?
My top priority at this time is that, along with balancing our budget so that the citizens see the least amount of impact on them. They're the ones who pay the bills, and they should not see the impacts of their good money that they pay in their property taxes not being spent for them and their needs. And also that balance again between COVID and getting business going.
Has too much power been transferred away from elected representatives to unelected government employees, for example, the county's health department? If so, how will you work to correct that? And if not, wait, I have more. If not,
Okay.
how will you work to ensure those government agencies stay connected and accountable to the public?
Well, as the county commissioners over Jefferson County, we are to work with all elected and appointed positions to them. And I think the best way to make good policy is for all of those departments to be working together. We all see the county from different eyes, different lenses, and that working together will create a flow for safety and for the needs of the citizens. And that's how we need to work. The commissioners need to be as big of a part as the health department in this COVID thing, because we see things through different eyes.
While you're running for your own reasons, how will you also listen to varying views of residents in your district and work for taxpayers?
Well, that's something I have been able to have lots of practice on, because the residents and taxpayers of Jefferson County are very vocal how they want to see their community look. And they let me know my door is always open. I've always had an open door policy. I've always been accessible to them. I never look what their party affiliation is. I am here to serve the citizens of Jefferson County and their views and what they want to see their community look like. And I take that seriously.
Thank you. And this last rapid fire question, in these trying times, what can elected officials do to support local businesses?
So I think we can do many things. You know, Juliet, we did some videos on highlighting some of the businesses. I think we can encourage everyone to go and visit those businesses that are open for business, because I know our businesses, they want to stay open and they are following all the recommendations that the health department is giving them. So go and reach out and visit your local businesses.
Thank you. Now, at this point, this concludes our rapid fire questions. If anyone has an additional question that they would like for us to ask this candidate, we will be wrapping up here in about 1 minute. If I don't see any specific questions, then I'll transition to any closing remarks from my candidate. Okay. Libby, will you go ahead and share for about 60 seconds why folks should consider you for this role?
Well, I just want to thank you all again, and I appreciate you and the chamber. Like I said, you've been strong advocates for the businesses in this community, and that's important. We all know that owning a business is a lot of people's American dream, and as a family business owner myself, I want to share that it's so important that government is a foundation for businesses, but we also need to let those folks who run their businesses run them in the way they see fit, as long as it's open to the public, it's fair, it's transparent, and that's how government needs to work too. You guys are the backbone of this community and our Jeffco community. We cannot forget that little part of Westminster that's in Jeffco. You guys go, and I just want to ask, I'd be honored for you all to vote for me one more time and reelect me to District 1 Jeffco County Commissioners. LibbyZabo.com. Take care, and thanks for your time.
Thank you, candidate, and thank you. I see several of you hopped on here. Wayne Anderson, I also see Jerry Tagillo. I see you guys quickly, just quick hellos, and Melissa Snyder. Thank you guys for tuning in. We are wrapping up our first candidates. This was for Jeffco County Commissioner Libby Szabo. We will be back on here with our next candidate momentarily. Please stay engaged on our Facebook page as we return with the next candidate. Commissioner, thank you for your time today. Goodbye.
Thanks, Alberto.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Bye-bye.
Thank